Hello, welcome to Federal Sector Watch under President Trump 47. Today's episode focuses on the Merit Systems Protection Board. I'm Merrick Masters, a professor of business, commentator, and podcaster. I'm Professor Emeritus. You can find me at my YouTube channel and also at my Gmail address. One of the nation's most obscure federal agencies, the MSPB, Merit Systems Protection Board, is getting a lot of attention today, and I thought it might be worthwhile in light of that, particularly as part of an episode on Federal Sector Watch, to tell a little bit about what this agency does. The topics we're going to talk about are: what does the MSPB do? Who's on the MSPB? What types of cases does the MSPB decide? And a little bit of data on the skyrocketing cases under this agency as a result of Trump's actions with respect to the dismissal of federal employees. The Merit Systems Protection Board is an independent quasi-judicial agency in the executive branch that serves as a guardian of federal merit systems. It also hears cases dealing with violations of prohibited personnel practices. The mission of the agency is to protect the merit system principles and promote the effective federal workforce free of prohibited personnel practices. You can find out more about these merit system principles and prohibited personnel practices by going to the agency's website, which is noted on this slide. Some of the things that the agency does not do: it does not hear or decide discrimination complaints, except under certain circumstances. It does not negotiate or resolve labor management disputes. It does not provide advice on employment, examination, staffing, retirement. Those responsibilities are part of the Office of Personnel Management, which is an executive management agency in the federal government. And it does not investigate allegations of activities prohibited by civil service laws, rules, or regulations. That's the responsibility of the Office of Special Counsel, which is now a separate independent office. Cases or decisions made by recommendations made by the Office of Special Counsel can be taken to the Merit Systems Protection Board. Who is on the Merit System Protection Board? This is a matter in some dispute now and some litigation, but officially there are two of the three members that are serving. There is a vacancy. The chair is Henry Kerner, who is the vice chair and acting chair, and the member who Trump had terminated but was reinstated by a federal court is Kathy Harris. So they have a quorum now so they can function and make terms of making decisions of appeals brought to it. Some of the types of cases that you can see here. Here's the overall caseload for 2023, fiscal year 2023. The total cases decided by regional and field offices, which is 4,572. For the board as a whole, the total cases that it decided were 1,484. These cases deal with such things as adverse actions taken by an agency against an employee. An adverse action would involve discipline or discharge, demotion, termination of probationary employees, violations of reduction in force policies, performance violations of employees' rights for being disciplined, for example, because of inadequate performance, if procedures weren't followed adequately. And you can go down the list. And a lot of these actions that have been taken under the Trump administration involving termination of probationers and reductions in force, and actions taken because of statements made to the effect that employees have not performed up to a given level of performance. Those things are appealable to the Merit Systems Protection Board. But the courts are reviewing presidential authority in this regard, and so this is an area somewhat in legal flux. The cases before this agency, the MSPB, have skyrocketed under Trump's administration. It's been reported that from February 16th to the 22nd, the week following many terminations of federal employees, 1,805 petitions came in. The week after that, the agency got more than 2,100 petitions, which is a 20-fold increase of its typical caseload. This you can find on this slide a little bit more about me and my background. I've had a long interest in federal sector labor management relations and in the federal sector in general, and I'm writing a book on that, as well as one on the new UAW, and in addition, one on Richard Nixon, how he came back from the defeat for the governorship in California in 1962 to win the presidency in 1968. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Federal Sector Watch. I hope you stay tuned for more to inform you about developments. Thank you and have a good day.